And I was muted. Hi, here we go. This is how it rolls in 24 hours. Welcome to 24 Hours 2021. We are actually in our 19th year of the 24 Hours Animation Contest for Students, which challenges its participants to create a 30-second animated film on a given theme by me in a designated 24-hour period. Teams will work from their homes or home school and submit a YouTube link of their films before the deadline. They are judged by industry artists, and my name is Aubrey Mintz, and I am the Director of Animation and VFX at Chapman University, and also the creator of 24 Hours. This has been such an incredible event for me to run each year. The attendance keeps growing, so it tells me that students are still liking it. This year we have an amazing 204 teams from 71 schools. That's 1,020 students from 11 countries participating this year. We have teams from Brazil, Canada, Germany, Mexico, Taiwan, Thailand, the UK, United States, and new to 24 Hours this year, we have Estonia, the Philippines, and South Africa. Welcome everyone to 24 Hours. We also, this year, we have brave high school students participating from Sizzler High School in Manitoba, Canada, Roland High School in California. Welcome to you brave souls. And we also have two teams, one each from Danny Academy and Exceptional Minds, and they are art schools for young autistic adults and are artists on the autistic spectrum. Welcome to all of you. And welcome back to our returning teams. What's amazing is to see students come back for more after the pain of staying up for 24 hours. People are pulling their hairs out and they'll say, I'll never do it again. And somehow they come back again. So I think I saw a few names from last year, like Charlie Chonker and the Chonkening, I think, Chocolate Chonkening, Inkberry, Powdered by Bananas, and Squid Squad. I believe they're all returning teams, and probably a bunch more. So welcome back. Some crazy fun names this year. We have the Carpal Tunnels, I thought was pretty smart. There's a team called I'm Sitting in the Blood Donors Room. That's literally their team name. Magical Girl Retirement Home, and Team 8 p.m. Bedtime. I have to tell you, Team 8 p.m. Bedtime, no, it won't be. It'll be 24 hours from now. We have food themes this year. We have a team called Bacon Rats, Illusionary Beef Wizards, Team Beefy, and Los Pollos Hermanos, all food themes. And there's also a rat theme, if you didn't know, like Rat Attack, Rats in Flannels, Rats in the Hats, and Render Rats. So welcome all of you. This is very exciting. There's one other team that I wanted to call out called Team Quafers from CSUF. I don't know if it's related, but one of our dear friends and animators, colleagues, animation educator Kathleen Quaif passed away recently, and perhaps she was their professor. I'm being asked to speak louder. Oh, this is as loud as I can go. This is my theater voice. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Is there any other way to put up my volume? I don't know what to say. Ben, anything you can do on your side? Okay. Anyway, back to Kathleen Quaife. We lost two amazing, positive, powerful animators this year recently who passed away. One is Kathleen Quaife, and the other is Jamie Bolio. They brought so much to our industry in terms of animation education and the art form of animation. We'll miss them dearly, and I'm dedicating this contest this year to both of them. This contest teaches all of you about working together, meeting deadlines, and making creative decisions under extreme pressure. It's a lot to do in 24 hours if you haven't done it before. Typically, 30 seconds of animation can take easily 2 to 6 months in the real world. But somehow, every year, over 100, over even 200 teams complete their films, and in color. So there's something about this, you know, very limited, restricted deadline that forces you to dig deep and figure out what's possible and your potential, and just kick back, enjoy the process, work with each other, and that's the way you're going to get to the end of the finish line. So now I'm going to introduce the 24 Hours team. First, the man behind the scenes operating all the buttons so we can see us live is Ben Lynn. And Ben competed several times, is that right? In 24 Hours back a long way when you were a student? Well, that's a good segue to introduce Lucia Santiago and Liz Ivler.
Hi guys, making sure we're not muted. I'm Lucia and this is Liz. I am a two-time veteran for 24 Hours and I'm so excited to be involved in the contest again, even if I can't participate anymore. But it's great to see you all. And now I'll bring on Liz, who is our social media maverick, taking care of nearly every social media aspect we have, except for the Facebook.
Hello all. So my name is Liz. This is my first year with the team. I am the social media manager, so if you've seen any social media posts, that's probably me, except if it was the Facebook group. We still would love to hear from you from Discord, on Instagram, anywhere you guys want to post. If you want to post Instagram stories of a little bit of your behind the scenes footage, that would be great. And it's really nice to see all you guys.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. Hold on. It seems like we are all on mute.
Oh.
It says specifically Ben is muted.
Oh, it just said Ben was muted. All right. No worries. This is how it is. This is a grassroots operation, and things go the way they do. And here we go. We're going to start talking about 24 Hours sponsors this year. You may have noticed the new 24 Hours animated logo that appeared before we came on. This is an amazing video that was edited and paid for by one of our major sponsors this year. Thank you, Toon Boom, for your incredibly generous gift. Not only have they given us the video, but also sponsored massive prizes for all 7 winning teams, and also monetary sponsorship to allow us to do some great things this year and offer cash prizes. This year, due to extremely generous sponsorship, we will be awarding over $200,000 worth of sponsorship prizes. That's right, over $200,000. It's incredible. Everyone stepped up in such a wonderful way. We'll have 7 teams that we're going to award this year, which will be 5 teams of college students, 1 team of one high school team, and a special behind-the-scenes prize. In addition to all of these amazing prizes, a few of our sponsors felt it wasn't just enough to give you their prizes and their swag, but also wanted to support with cold hard cash. So not only are you getting prizes, each team, but we are giving away cash prizes to all 7 winning teams. So I'm going to now thank our incredible sponsors, Toon Boom, Asifa Hollywood, Bento Box, Taffy, Animation Magazine, CSU Summer Arts, Illumination, DreamWorks, TV Paint, CTN, Wacom, Digicel, Mac Hollywood, Pixar, Sony Pictures Animation, Walt Disney Animation, Nickelodeon, ILM, and Stuart Ing Books. So here's what you're all playing for. Toon Boom will be giving 5 Harmony Premium and 5 Storyboard Pro 1-year license for every winning team. There will be cash prizes for not 1, but 4 winning teams from Toon Boom, totaling $3,500, which would be $1,000 for one team, $1,000 for another team, $1,000 for a third team, and $500 for another team. Illumination will be giving $2,500 for one winning team. That's $500 for each member of that team. Bento Box is giving $1,500 for one winning team. Asifa Hollywood is giving $1,250. That's $250 for each player for one winning team. Taffy is giving full student passes to the Toronto Arts and Animation Festival International for each team member. Animation Magazine is giving 2-year digital subscriptions for each team member for all winning teams. CSU Summer Arts is giving $2,000 scholarships to their CSU Summer Arts workshops for the first place team, $1,000 scholarships for the second place team, and $500 scholarships for the third place team. DreamWorks sent tons of art of books, and the winning team is going to be a heavy box, is going to get 8 books for each team member. That's 40 books coming to the winning team. And then every other team gets 1 book each, 1 for each team member. CTNX will be giving away a 4-day passport for one winning team. Masterclass, five masterclass seats in traditional animation with John Pomeroy, and CTN Live premium pass for all the winners of this year's 24 hours. It doesn't end there, folks. TV Paint is giving 5 professional student licenses of TV Paint animation for each member of one team. Wacom is giving 5 Wacom One tablets, the Cintiqs that you draw right on, to a winning team. Digicel is giving 5 pro licenses of their flipbook software. Mac Hollywood is giving 5 Intuos Wacom tablets for one winning team. Stuart Ing Books is giving 5 $75 gift certificates for one winning team. It's not over, folks. There's more. Disney is giving 5 winning teams will be invited to participate in a 1-hour virtual coffee chat session with members of Walt Disney Animation Studios recruitment and talent development team. You're going to see them live and get to talk to them. It's amazing. Sony Pictures Animation will be putting together a prize pack for a winning team. Pixar will put together a prize pack for a winning team. ILM will put together a prize pack for a winning team. And finally, Nickelodeon will put together a prize pack for a winning team. Huge. Now, this year, we're also doing something special called the Behind the Scenes Prize. So this is for everyone to participate in. Basically, we want you to capture the essence of your team and the spirit of the competition in a 30 to 60-second mini documentary. You can cut together after submitting your film, so don't worry about it. Just take lots of footage while you're competing. It can be videos of your team throughout the contest, progress of your film, behind the scenes stuff, confessionals, whatever you come up with. We encourage you to share your full range of experience, from moments of elation and even ugly cries, because you will have them. in real time, we want to see what it was like for you. You can post your clips on the Facebook group or other socials. Just use the hashtag 24 hours contest and submit your final mini documentary into the Google Drive. We just posted that on social media, so you should see it. And it's all due by October 18th, so you've got some time to rest after the contest. And that will make you eligible, perhaps, for one of the prizes. And now I'm going to pass it over to Lucia, who's going to talk about our schedule of events over the next 24 hours.
All right, I hope I'm not muted. Okay, so whoopsie, get the schedule up. Actually, Liz was going to talk about the schedule of events because I'm doing the introductions later for all the many regions and schools we have. So go ahead and take it.
So you guys had me completely distracted with your Ben worship, and that's amazing because actually Ben is like truly an amazing person. He is the main character, 100%. But anyway, so we are having check-ins throughout the contest. Teams are going to tune into the YouTube stream at their scheduled time. So each region will have a different time schedule. We will announce the schools and the teams. Teams will post on Facebook and the YouTube chat when their school name is called. And please check the full list on Facebook to make sure that your team is there.
All right, we will also be posting a schedule of events on all social media platforms, so you can check that if you're confused about when something is supposed to be happening, or if you want to double check the time for your check-in and stuff like that. Okay, so now we're going to welcome all the schools participating this year, and we'll be announcing you all by region. Go ahead and jump in on the live chat on YouTube to let us know you hear us. So far, for Region 1, we got the American Midwest, East Coast, and Brazil. We're starting with Brazil. Hello, preface, I'm sorry if I mispronounce anything. Faculdade Melier, FAAP, and Belas Artes University from Brazil. And then from Canada, we got Sizzler High School, Sheridan College, Seneca College, OCAD, Ontario College of Art and Design, Conestoga College, Concordia University, and Cégep du Vieux Montreal. I am so sorry. I think I butchered that. All right, now moving on to the USA for this region, Ringling College of Art and Design, SCAD, Columbia College, Chicago, Bradley University, Huntington University, Maine College of Art and Design, College for Creative Studies, Central Michigan University, Kansas City Art Institute, Nevada State College, William Patterson University, Syracuse University, State University of New York at Fredonia, School of Visual Arts, and University of North Carolina, School of the Arts, Columbus College of Art and Design, Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania, Rhode Island School of Design, MTSU, Austin, PA State University, Virginia Commonwealth University, DigiPen Institute of Technology, and that's all for Region 1. Now for Region 2, we have England, the University of Salford, Estonia, Estonian Academy of Arts, Germany, Köthen School, Kassel, I'm so sorry, HBK in Germany. From South Africa, we got Vaal University of Technology. And we also have Kingston University in London, the Edinburgh College, and Danny Academy. All right, getting to the end here. Region 3 from the Philippines, we have I Academy. From Taiwan, we have National Pingtan University. From Bangkok, Thailand, we have Rangsit University. And last region, Region 4, we have Okanagan College from Canada, Capilano University, and Think Tank Training Center, also in Canada. And now from Mexico, we got SAE Institute for Mexico, and Universidad Federal de Santa Catarina, and Universidad del Valle de Puebla in Puebla, Mexico, ITESM campus, Querétaro, and oh, I got two of them twice. Okay. And lastly, in the USA for this region, we got Arizona State University, Woodbury University, University of California, Berkeley, San Jose State University, Rowland High School, Otis College of Art and Design, Laguna College of Art and Design, Irvine Valley College, Exceptional Minds, ELAC, CSUN, CSULB, alma mater, CSUF, CSUC, Chapman University, Cañada College, Azusa Pacific University, Academy of Art University, San Francisco, CSUC, and Sam Houston State University, and then Allen High School. Whew, I need some water. All right. I think that was it. Okay. Along with the check-ins, we'll be hearing from special animation guests throughout the competition. We encourage you all to tune in. Here's the schedule. Liz, can you take over, please?
Yeah. So our schedule, 24 hours, begins at 4 p.m. PST. We're going to have a judge's message at 6:30 p.m. PST. That's going to be Ryan Stapleton. We will then have a Q&A with animation director Mike Roberts. The topic is starting smart. Check-in number 1 will be the students of region number 1. So if you have any questions on what region you are, you can always just rewind our live stream a little bit if you don't want to do all that. Email, Instagram, DMs work perfectly fine as well. So then we're having our judge's message at 9 p.m. PST. That's going to be Alan Chen. Did I pronounce that right?
Q.
Check-in number 2 is students in region number 2 after the judge's message. Then Saturday, October 16th, that's a judge's message at 9 a.m. PST. That's Angela Abate. Check-in number 3 is students of region number 3 and the judges after the judges' messages. 12 p.m. PST, we have a live Q&A, Frank Lima, how to finish on time. Check-in number 4, students region number 4 after judges' messages. And then the films are due at 4 p.m. PST. All right, like Aubrey likes to say, not a minute after, 4 p.m. exactly.
Not a second later.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly it. Thank you, Lucia and Liz. And amazing to hear all the schools that are involved this year. And just one more point to piggyback on the schedule. Those little judge messages, these are from judges that are now, working in the industry, but also have competed in 24 hours before. So they've got some great things to say, some tidbits of information that you might want to tune into because it will help you get to the finish line for sure. So now we're going to talk about the judges and how they're going to judge. So it's they're going to grade you on 4 different topics. One is storytelling. Was the story clear and entertaining? The other is art direction and animation. How was the production value of your film? Third is your creativity and interpretation of the theme. How creative was the team's interpretation of the assigned topic? And finally, your level of completion. How much of the film was complete? So each of those you will get up to 10 points for. And the judges go through it, they review every single film, and they grade it, and then we tally them all up, and that's how we figure out who our winners are. So I'm now going to announce this year's judges for 24 Hours Animation Contest for Students. First, we have Allison Mann, who is the manager and co-president of Fourth Wall Animation, former VP of Creative Strategy at Sony Pictures Imageworks. Next, we have Ira Owens, who's a cinematographer for Sucker Punch Productions, working on Ghost of Tsushima. And next is Alan Hyun, director and story artist from That Game Company, Netflix, and Shadow Machine, who worked on Sky, Children of the Light, Captain Fall, and Final Space. Next is Grace Babineau, a background painter and color designer from Nickelodeon, Titmouse, Cartoon Network, Bento Box, and all her shows aired on Netflix, HBO Max, and Amazon. Next, we have Angela Abayeti, who is a character and prop designer lead from Nickelodeon, Titmouse, Shadow Machine, Hot House Productions, Avalanche Films, who worked on Baby Shark's Big Show, BoJack Horseman, Tuca and Birdie, My Mama Named Me Sheriff, Chicago Party Aunt, and more. And next we have Nathan Palm, who's a visual development artist and character designer from DreamWorks, Stupid Buddy, Shadow Machine, Bento Box, worked on Duncanville, The Great North, Solar Opposites, Family Guy, Final Space, and Paradise PD. And finally, Ryan Stapleton, a storyboard artist from 20th Century Fox, Glen Keane Productions, Netflix, DreamWorks, Nickelodeon, and Warner Brothers, who worked on American Dad, Trash Truck, Inside Job, Dino Trucks, and Santiago of the Seas. So these wonderful, gracious 7 people will be reviewing all of your films and have wonderful things to see and say. Now, folks, we are going through the rules. So this, if you haven't been paying attention, this is the time. Because if you don't follow them, you could be disqualified. It's important. So first, I'm going to talk about the faculty advisors who are hopefully watching this. If not, you can send the rules to them so that they stay on top of it. First, I just want to say thank you to the faculty advisors. I know this is extra. This is going into a weekend, and your cherished time on your own is your own. And it's just so wonderful that you're supporting this contest and your students and allowing them to participate. Thank you. So faculty, your goal is really just to stay in touch with the teams, help make sure they're motivated, eating, not killing each other, and they're doing okay. You can check in with them and just keep connected throughout the contest. Doesn't have to be all 24 hours. Just have some check-in times would be great. You can be there to kick off the event, make sure everyone are in their teams and have the necessary equipment and facilities. You don't have to stay 24 hours, as I said. I just recommend maybe sticking around until at least they have a story idea, because sometimes some teams get a little frustrated. But once you have a story, then you're ready for the races. Faculty, you may not give any answers in any way. No drawing, no whispering, no passing notes or charades, but you may help by asking questions to help them come up with their own answer. Think how Tim Gunn does it in Project Runway. I'm not sure if this is reading. Is there another way? Is this idea too complicated for 30 seconds? Make it work, those kind of things. So questions, but not answers. And you cannot help your students complete their films in any way. No technical troubleshooting, that's part of the contest. It's for them to learn how to troubleshoot. And if they don't meet their deadline, it's also part of the lesson. Faculty, you can find ways to motivate your students throughout the production. If you see students taking too long in one area, feel free to suggest they move on to the next step and keep them on schedule with reminders. You can remind them to eat and stay hydrated. And finally, if you want, you can post pictures and videos that you can take of them on the Facebook page or the other social medias. Again, hashtag 24 hours contest, just so we can all see and enjoy what you're posting. All right, folks, the films will start. All of your films must start with a team name card at the start of each film. There's a template up on Facebook and other socials. And I want you to use that template because they all need to look the same. Use the team name that you registered with and make sure it's the same name that we put on our list. That's crucial because we will be totally confused if you start using a different name from now on. You must not use any of your personal or school names anywhere on the film. You must not create your own name card, just the template we gave you with white letters and black background. Make sure there's no music, no sound, no artwork on the team name card. However, once the film starts, you can have the title of your film, which is separate from the team name card. So you can hold the team name card for 72 frames and then start your film. The 72 frames will not count towards your 30 seconds, okay? So everyone's film in the end should be 33 seconds if you're using 72 frames at the beginning. Your title card of the title of your film can have music, can have sound, can have artwork, whatever you want to get us into the film. So enjoy that part, but that will count towards your 30 seconds. So use it wisely. Okay, your film, when you're finished, must be posted into a public YouTube channel or YouTube, you're basically your team's channel, and paste the link to the 24 hours form. This is important. There's a link to Form Builder on the rules sheet, okay? So click on that link and make sure you've got a YouTube account ahead of time. That way you've tested everything. Films are due by 4 p.m. PST, that's 1600 hours, on Saturday, tomorrow, October 16th. If we get your film at 4:01 p.m., it will be considered late, and late submissions will not be accepted. This is huge, and it's like the biggest heartache for all of us. Tomorrow, when we see the email and it says 4:01 p.m., we have to send an email back saying, I'm so sorry you didn't get in on time. So don't be one of those teams, especially after working all day, all night on your films. Get something in before 4 o'clock. Even if it's unfinished, even if it has the sound off, just have a film prepared, you know, at least an hour before deadline, just in case, so you can submit something. So make sure you've got your new YouTube account with your team name, not your personal YouTube account. We don't want the judges to see any team members' names. Please do not share your film with anyone until the winners are announced. Even your mom and dad or your friends or your besties, don't send it to anyone, because that could disqualify you too if it's on the public. It's only on the YouTube link that's going to go to the judges. Also, don't set up your YouTube account for kids. Like there's a way to say this content is for kids, because what happens, it will automatically limit it to who can see it and how it's shared, and sometimes we can't open those files. So make sure it's set to public. The winners will be announced next Friday, a week from today, October 22nd at 3 p.m. PST, via YouTube Live like this. We'll post it on Facebook. Prizes will be awarded from our fabulous sponsors, and we'll all be happy and excited. Artwork. Teams can create your films in any medium you choose. It can be traditional, CG, stop motion, experimental animation, rotoscope, anything you want, as long as it's frame by frame manipulation. You're advised to think about the strengths of your team and how you might execute your films. Do not create any artwork ahead of time. Even right now, if you're creating it, it's not allowed in the film. You should arrive to the contest with supplies, programs, whatever you need, and equipment you need to get your films finished. You cannot download any rigs or models. Everything must be created from scratch during the contest from 4 o'clock on. This will force you to think on your toes and work within constraints. Music. Music and sound may be sourced. Team members are not expected to create your own music from scratch, but you may do so. Some teams have done that in the past, if you have the ability. The only thing is any music or sound must be royalty and copyright free, because you don't want YouTube taking it down. Stay healthy, have fun. It's a challenging competition. You will get stressed out. You might fight with each other. You might break down. It's all part of the competition. But just remember, this is not the real world. This is just a contest. It's meant to help prepare the real world, but it's not the real world. Enjoy the experience if you can. work with each other, listen to each other, and you never know where that great idea is going to come from. Also, don't rush the story. That's one thing that teams often do. They feel like they've got to get the story down to start on production. Remember, story is one of those things that carry people through the whole film. So just make sure you've got a solid story before you start going into production. And take care of each other on your team, especially. We want everyone to survive 24 hours. Lastly, show us your experience. We talked about the behind the scenes contest, so just start documenting right away. You can ask one of the team members to be the documentarian, or you can do selfies. Just capture what you're going through, capture your artwork, and just post, as often as you want to. We would love to see it on all the socials, and we're going to respond to it. And hopefully you can look at each other's work too and see how people are doing. And of course, the check-ins. You'll come into the check-ins and we'll be able to talk to each other and say hello. So if you have any questions at all, do not hesitate to ask us on the Facebook page, on our Gmail, 24hourscontest@gmail.com. All of us here, the 4 of us, will be online the whole time. Well, we might take a little break at like 1 a.m. or something, but we'll be able to respond as soon as possible. Folks, this is going to be an amazing event. I look forward to seeing all the schools' films. Enjoy the craziness. Enjoy the creativity and the competition. You will never forget your experience of 24 hours. Now, my friends, we are going to talk about the theme. And we're early, so we've got time, so I'm going to go slow. All right. If you're not paying attention, now is exactly the time to pay attention. 24 hours theme for 2021. Time magazine released a series of articles under the heading The Great Reset, with the tagline, "The COVID-19 pandemic has provided a unique opportunity to think about the kind of future we want." I'm going to highlight some of the article's observations here. How we have failed as a society. Gig economy workers have found themselves out of jobs with no protection. The digital divide means that underprivileged students in lockdown get more behind. Queues are forming in underfinanced food banks, with images recalling those from the Great Depression. This pandemic has been an X-ray on innumerable existing forms of inequality, highlighting how our systems continue to fail many people around the world. Lack of access has become more prevalent, highlighting the injustices and institutional racism that continues to exist. However, we've also seen some positive advances in this COVID era. While millions remained at home, there was a drop in greenhouse gas emissions, which brought slight temporary relief to the planet's atmosphere. We saw a glimpse of what is possible when stakeholders act for the public good and the well-being of all, instead of just a few, like advances in medicine and corporations focusing on providing sustainable shipping solutions and investment into more environmental, social, and governance goals. With increased pressure from social and climate justice movements such as Fridays for Future, the Me Too movement, and Black Lives Matter, businesses started to take more action in hiring practices, content creation, and investing in BIPOC businesses. People began to rethink. Faced with our own mortality, this pandemic has provoked many of us to ask hard and deep questions, personally, collectively, politically, about the meaning of life. What values do we hold dear? What kind of societies do we want to build and be a part of? What kind of lives do we want to lead? According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, 4 million Americans quit their jobs in July 2021. Resignations peaked in April and have remained abnormally high for the last several months, with a record-breaking 10.9 million open jobs at the end of July. People learned new skills, learned to play instruments, started new hobbies, and redefined their careers and work-life balance. So now, I want you all to imagine in a near or distant future, the COVID-19 pandemic has come to an end. And what is the new normal after COVID? Will governments, businesses, and other influential stakeholders truly change their ways for the better after this? Or will we go back to business as usual? Will technologies unlock more human potential? Will we embrace work-life balance and virtual offices and virtual classrooms, or return to corporate structures with cubicles and brick and mortar classrooms? Will telemedicine remain as our health checkups for the future? Will injectable operating systems become our feared government-controlled Orwellian future, or our medical savior eradicating disease? Will we shift our focus to advances in agriculture to create the smart cities of the future? Will racial tensions continue to worsen, or will our wokeness smash global glass ceilings? Will we continue to value those who work in health and social care, education, public transport, supermarkets, and delivery services? Will we return to a hierarchical society that puts the mighty dollar at the top? Will we learn from our mistakes and progress as a society, or fall further into our own despair? Please create a 30-second animated film answering this question. In the near or distant future, what does the new normal look like? You have 24 hours and 20 minutes starting now. Good luck, everyone.